guys, today's video is going to be talking all about applying logic to your circumstances, to your 3D reality, and especially your manifestations, your desires. Why you shouldn't be doing this, you know, the benefits and alternatives of just staying in the 5D, staying aligned with your end result. And what else have I written down? Yeah, basically why circumstances are relevant, to remind you guys again, you do not need to be applying the logic, you do not need to be analyzing it. So I'm going to go more in depth in this video, and it's almost like a follow-up to previous videos I've done where I have spoken about this topic. So I have videos like 3D circumstances don't matter, they're irrelevant. So do go take a look at those if you'd like to read up more on this, if you're struggling with it. I have covered it in a number of videos. And please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you like this content, if you'd like me to continue with manifestation content, and if you have any recommendations, any requests for what you'd like me to talk about that I haven't already done a video on, then please do leave it in the comments below. It would mean a lot to me, and I have just reached over 3,000 subscribers, which I will talk more about in my monthly manifestation video, but I'm very, very excited. So hello to all my new subscribers who have joined. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I also offer one-on-one coaching. If you're new here, then you probably haven't heard me talk about this really, but I mention it in all my videos in case I get, well, I probably do get a lot of new viewers. So all the information and pricing and everything is linked below on my Instagram, LOA Coaching. It's in the description box. So take a look. It has all my contact details as well. And let's just get started. So it's important to remember, I just realized I said so again. This is something I noticed in editing. The 3D reality is responding to your dominant thoughts, and I almost said so again. And by using repetition for your affirmations to create that new story, the new reality that you haven't yet experienced but that you want, by focusing on it more and more with repetition, the 3D will respond to it. Whatever your dominant thoughts and beliefs have been up to this point is what is being reflected. So essentially, you just want to change it with repetition, which takes time and patience. But once you're on that path, once you're being consistent and you've kind of gotten into a good schedule, a good daily pattern with your thoughts throughout the day, the 3D will and has to start conforming, whether fully overnight, because you've somehow managed to kind of rework all those beliefs that were maybe only around for a couple months or weeks, or, you know, it can take a couple weeks or months even, and you just have to be patient and trusting, and you have to want it badly enough. That's really what it comes down to. But analyzing the 3D reality and trying to question it and apply some kind of answers to what you're seeing just, you know, in your 3D right now, before you've had your manifestation even start to come in, it's just not going to benefit you. So you want to remember that your dominant thoughts are what are being reflected, and those dominant thoughts change over time with more repetition of a new story. If you continue to apply logic, then it really, in my opinion, and I think most coaches would agree, it's a limitation. Like, don't try and question or analyze things or say this means this means that. Even if, you know, you're manifesting an SP and they tell you, oh, you know, I've really missed talking to you, I would love to see you. Don't say, oh, well, you know, that means that they kind of were thinking about me. Maybe they have feelings. No, you just apply your end result and you say, this means that they are fully conformed. They're giving me what I want right now. They are in love with me. They're committing to me. That's the kind of logic and statement you should be applying. Don't ever try and minimize it or look at the 3D and say, oh, because I'm only being shown this or this development, you know, this slow progress, that's all it means. Just go straight to the end, stick to your affirmations, stick to the new story. Don't look to the 3D to tell you how things are. You tell the 3D what's going on, and it has to conform. So by sticking to logic and reason and being rational when it comes to manifestation, it's actually going to completely hinder you. It's going to maybe put you in a potentially spiraling mood, create more negative thoughts, create doubts, put you in a state of the unknown where you feel like you don't know what's going on. You don't feel certain of how your SP feels. You don't feel certain you'll get the job. You don't feel certain you'll move to a new city, whatever the case may be. So really try and let go of that logic and just go straight to the end. I don't care how unrealistic it might seem to you or to other people. Just keep it to yourself if you don't want to share it, but just in your own mind, just stick to the end. So as I've already mentioned now, if you try and analyze SP circumstances, so any person you're trying to manifest to be a certain way, to have certain feelings, it doesn't have to just be romantically. If you do that, then you might just confuse yourself and start creating negative assumptions and negative thoughts, because you're going to be looking at it from a logical standpoint. SP hasn't texted me in over a week. They're probably talking to other girls. They're probably talking to other guys. Whatever thought might come up, that's just one potential example. You know, you're going to open up the possibility for negative thoughts to come in, a negative assumption. You know, you're going to start doubting it and asking your reality to tell you what the truth is, which is what we've been doing our whole life before manifestation, or rather before being conscious of how to use it. And instead, you should be saying, no, he didn't text me up until now, but this second I'm getting a text from him saying blah, blah, blah. You know, say something like that, flip it around and like command the 3D reality to give you what you want, rather than being in the control of the 3D, allowing your 3D reality and circumstances to dictate to you what's going on, how people are feeling. You're the only one who should be doing that, so don't give your power away like that. It's also not in alignment with thinking from the end, which is essentially just how you manifest. Affirmations are thoughts, so thinking from the end is essentially, you know, consciously creating thoughts, doing your mental diet, whatever it is to align with that new story, that you're living in your ideal end result reality. So it's not thinking from the end if you're trying to apply logic, if you're trying to rationalize or reason or overanalyze even. It doesn't even have to be applied to logic. You could be saying, I wonder what this text message really meant. You know, what does this paragraph mean that my SP just texted me to explain their feelings? Or, you know, why did he ask me to meet him here? Why did she smile at me like that? Was that an I love you smile, or was it an I miss you smile? Like, if you overanalyze, you're just giving your power away. You should be the one to say how things are. Even if it doesn't look that in the 3D, you just ignore it and you say, no, it really is this way. Another point to remember, just to give you guys some encouragement as well, balance out the don't do this, don't do that with some positivity as well. It's something to remind yourself of as well, is that circumstances are temporary. They will always change. If they're negative now, they can always improve. They can become neutral. They can change in whatever way. Whatever problems there are in the 3D, they are never permanent. Everything is constantly changing. It can get worse, it can get better, it can get worse in a different way, but this current circumstance you have, no matter what, has to change at some point. Every circumstance and experience is temporary. So you can continue to create positive ones and continue to develop and strengthen your relationship with your SP, for example, you know, strengthen your self-confidence so you can get your ideal job, whatever the case may be. Every circumstance is temporary, so analyzing it and worrying about it, stressing yourself out over it is just a waste of your time, and it's not going to benefit you, and it doesn't even make sense because it will change. If you persist with your affirmations, things have to start changing. So final point I wanted to note is that by trying to create logical assumptions and deduce certain things from it and try and find answers because you don't like being in the state of the unknown. I understand that, you know, it can feel stressful and scary when you don't know the answer, you don't know what's going on. You want the proof and evidence to come up in your 3D reality, but really it's creating doubt. Trying to come to those conclusions for yourself based on just a 3D circumstance is going to create doubt for yourself. You're never going to feel secure in that answer until you convince yourself of it with affirmations, with visuals, with thinking from the end result, the end story, the new story and new reality that you want. And that's actually going to the opposite of your affirmations. If you're starting to question things or say, oh, I wonder what this means. I wonder why he liked my photo. I wonder why, you know, she added me on whatever social media or came up to me on the street and said hello, whatever the case may be. If you're trying to question it, well, that's going against your affirmations because you spend, you know, let's say a couple hours a day thinking and affirming that he loves me, she's committed to me, you know, he wants to be with me, he's asking me out on a date right now, whatever you've been thinking and saying, it's going against it to start questioning things and say, oh, what does this mean? Oh, how does he feel? Well, you've been affirming it, so just stick to that throughout the day as best you can. And that's usually done with a mental diet. So yeah, removing logic is usually done by maintaining a strong mental diet. But hopefully this video clarified why you shouldn't be doing that, why looking to the 3D for results and answers is never going to benefit you and never going to really give you what you're looking for. So hopefully this is something to consider for you guys, something inspirational or useful. If it was, then please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.